Thank you for joining our webinar, Reimagine Construction Site Safety with Pre-Trained AI Models. Before I get too far down the road, I wanted to give a brief introduction of who we are. I want to start by saying that I am Catherine Brill. I am a member of the products team within KCI Technologies. I was to be joined with two of my colleagues, and unfortunately, as I'm sure everyone can relate to, flu has taken over some of our families and offices. So I am going to be presenting this by myself, but very excited to be able to do this and talk to you about construction site safety and how AI factors into it. So to begin, I had mentioned that I'm a member of the products team within KCI Technologies. KCI is a leading engineering firm with offices throughout the United States, civil engineering firm providing professional services and solutions to the markets within the wider architecture, engineering, and construction industry, including water, transportation, construction, facilities, and power utilities. What my role is within this larger engineering firm is actually nothing to do with services, but everything to do with software product development. So I am the product manager of the product development team within KCI. And our mission is to develop and launch emerging technology that will help address top challenges within a variety of industries, including construction. We have found that construction, like other industries, have several pain points, such as inefficient workflows, safety issues, labor or shortages or skill gaps as the workforce changes, that can be addressed with emerging technology. And to also add a little wrinkle to it is we do realize that traditionally the construction industry has been rather slow to adopt more advanced, cutting edge technologies. So we really wanted to find a way to not only use AI to address challenges, but also make our solutions, our AI-based solutions, easy to adopt and access. In today's agenda, excuse me, webinar, we're going to talk about safety challenges in construction and really focus on how AI can be leveraged to address that. And then I'm going to be talking briefly and showing you a demo of our solution for PPE compliance. And then I'd like to leave enough time, a few minutes at the end, to address any questions and answers that you might have. So let's talk first statistics for a little bit. Construction site safety is a pain point. It's difficult. Construction is one of the most dangerous industries in the United States and in fact the world. 21% of the number of total deaths in the construction industry is 21% out of all fatal work injuries. So that's a huge amount. Additionally, we spent $250 billion on average for workplace injuries and illnesses just in the United States. And it seems to me there's a fatal 4 leading causes of death in the construction industry, and they include falls, struck by an object, electrocutions, and those caught in or between. And I found this talking to our safety director here at KCI. I found a alarming statistic, which was that 5% of construction worker deaths in 2021 were employees, workers that were caught in between machines, devices, tools, or trenches. So that really gives you an idea of the magnitude of the problem that we're dealing with when it comes to construction site safety. There's a lot of best practices that are already put out there. Sometimes they don't always align with reality. So, for example, wearing PPE is an OSHA requirement, very important. However, in reality, PPE usage may be inconsistent. PPE usage enforcement may be inconsistent. It requires a lot of human oversight, training, worker buy-in, etc. Best practices to hold regular safety meetings. Maybe in reality, those meetings are held on a regular basis, but they don't have the kind of real-time information that will really drive engagement with the workers. Best practices is to keep a clean work site. Again, that's hard to maintain as work sites are rapidly changing every day. Best practice is to implement safety observation programs, difficult to do when you have dynamic hazards happening on a continual basis. And finally, the best practice is to analyze job hazards, presumably to do some proactive measures, take some proactive measures there. Again, in reality, might be some hesitation or absence of open reporting of safety concerns. Having more people join us, want to admit them. Right. So now we can talk about how artificial intelligence can address that. It's really a transformative technology. And I know a lot of people are talking about AI. It's definitely become the buzzword in the last few years. What does it mean exactly? Well, AI models can be developed, trained and developed, and they use algorithms that essentially learn from data to make predictions. So what does that mean, learn from data? Well, those AI models, they're really designed to imitate the way that we as humans learn and that the way that we perform tasks independently. So as similar with humans, AI models, those tasks that AI models are trained to do, can improve in performance as well as accuracy through experience, doing it over and over again, and exposure to more data. In other words, if the AI model is fed more and more data, runs more and more time, it gets smarter. It's very similar to how we learn. AI is really, this kind of AI is everywhere at this point. I mean, it's in Siri, that seems like everyone but myself uses. You go online and you interact with a chatbot, that's AI. Recommendations engines, get on to your Netflix or Spotify, and they will recommend things based on your past preferences. For the purposes of this webinar, we're going to be talking more about machine learning, so that component of AI, in which computers and AI models derive meaningful information from a variety of data. So there are a variety of ways that artificial intelligence can be used for construction site safety. And I have just listed some of the main ways on this slide. So you'll see, let's see, for example, real-time safety monitoring. AI can be set up to continuously analyze data to detect potential hazards and risks, and then sending out immediate alerts once those risks are detected. AI can also be used for predictive analytics. So that is really beneficial to anticipate potential safety hazards. And then it allows construction site managers or safety managers to implement preventative measures. We also have the ability to um, implement AI for predictive maintenance of machinery. Why is that important? Well, if we can predict when machines need to be maintained in order to optimize their performance, then it really reduces the likelihood of accidents caused by malfunctions. Uh, AI can also be used for automated safety reporting to address recurring safety issues, emergency response and communication to automate, for example, timely safety reminders, and that will enable faster response times. And the last two are for automating hazardous tasks. So have AI do the dangerous stuff and remove the danger of physical work that has to be done by human beings. And then lastly, incident analysis. AI can be used and trained to identify preventative measures to avoid similar issues in the future. And so one of the trends in the construction site safety now is to use the existing infrastructure, so job site cameras, to integrate AI, digital technologies, into them. So that way, the cameras are already being used to, to monitor the site, to document the site progress. Let's use those cameras to also help improve safety by adding AI capabilities that automatically process the images that are being captured by those cameras. So how does that benefit everybody? Well, that data is already being collected. Let's derive additional insights from it. It increases the value of those cameras to people, the construction companies that are using them. It really transforms them into not only, data collectors, but data analysis tools. And it's all very low cost and highly scalable implementation and maintenance. The benefits of adding AI to your construction safety are varied. And there's not only benefits for construction workers who are on the site, but there are also benefits for the construction companies that implement these measures. So for workers, it helps optimize safety, prevent injuries. It helps them improve the understanding of, for example, PPE benefits. And it also enhances worker morale as they realize that their safety is really being augmented and helped through advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence. For you, it improves safety culture. It allows for easy data analysis. It increases accountability for workers, optimizes the safety training that's already being done, and it is very easy to demonstrate a clear return on investment. For a minimal investment in technology, construction companies will be able to improve their safety and make daily reporting and safety audits much easier. So for an example, excuse me, I heard again from our safety director that OSHA studies have indicated that for every $1 invested in effective safety programs, up to $4 to $6 can be saved as injuries and fatalities decline. That's a huge return on investment. Right. So let me just take a sip of water. I'm getting a little um, doing a lot of talking. I want to breeze through the next few slides because I realize we're past the halfway point of this webinar, and I certainly want to leave time for questions and answers. Wanted to give you a overview of what we have done. So we just last year developed an AI platform called Bricks, and it is a marketplace that offers a variety of AI models for industries, markets within the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. And several of the models that we have are specifically designed for construction site safety. All of Brick's models are pre-trained, and they are all designed to be integrated into third-party systems, such as a construction camera manufacturer's platform. And what I mean by pre-trained is these AI models are already trained with thousands and thousands of images. So no more development work needs to be done on them. They can just are ready to run, and you feed your data into these models and then immediately receive results. Bricks, shortly after its launch mid last year, won the 2024 AI Breakthrough Award for Best AI-based Solution for Construction. And as noted as for one of the reasons why it won, is that it really brings the power of AI to our industry, providing an affordable, accessible, intelligent solution without any need for substantial investment in technology or training. The advantages of our BRICS program platform is we are driving business reinvention, you know, encouraging, allowing people to look at things in a new light, um, easily access and easily integrate artificial intelligence into their current workflows, and providing powerful yet cost-effective solutions that are incredibly scalable. So here is a very good use case example of how our BRICS models can help in construction site safety. In this particular case, a 20-year-old carpenter who was working for a construction company was trying to install temporary supports for roof trusses and unfortunately fell through an open stairway and fractured his skull on the concrete walkway that was below. Um, Training on fall protection could have been an excellent way to prevent this type of accident. Um, but, the challenge is that um, getting construction workers to use PPE isn't always viable, and lack of training is one of the reasons cited. This is where our BRICS model really comes into play. We have a BRICS PPE detection model that looks at construction site imagery, automatically detects the personal protective equipment that's being worn, and then generates annotated imagery and statistical reports. So a safety manager can take the results of our model and instantly enhance their PPE training with those reports to ensure that their workers are wearing appropriate safety gear. And it's really designed to be integrated into a camera infrastructure that's already on site. We have another computer vision model. This is detecting traffic control devices in roadway construction projects. So those devices are so important to keep not only drivers going in the right direction and keeping drivers safe, but keeping those construction workers safe. But they're only as good as their position. So if they get moved, mispositioned, or taken away, then that roadway construction project immediately becomes much more dangerous? Well, with our bricks traffic control device detection model, you can run roadway construction zone imagery through the model, and that model is going to detect and classify and locate the position of those devices to make sure that they are all in compliance. This is just a brief overview of how bricks models, that kind of AI can be seamlessly integrated with the existing camera infrastructure on a site. So you can connect your camera system to an external AI model, such as bricks, through APIs. Images are pulled or pushed to the model. The model is then processed. All of that processing is done in the cloud because bricks is in the cloud. We're really leveraging the strength and performance of the cloud to process those images very quickly. And then the results are returned for future use and analysis. Great. I thought that I had a demo next. So I'm going to just switch gears and for 1 second before I open it up to Q&A, show you our bricks infrastructure. So this is our bricks platform. You see that we have a variety of AI models for a variety of industries, including construction. And then I wanted to show you what it looks like. Oh, and I want to make it clear, each model comes with its own trial, no credit card required to start using it with your own data. And then wanted to show you what it looks like as a logged in viewer. You can see here I've logged in, so I have my own dashboard and I can save favorites. I've put this PPE detection model as my favorite to show you. You can look at more details here about the model, required inputs, expected outputs, exactly what kind of PPE it's detecting. You can see boots, fall limiters, harnesses, gloves, safety vests, and headgear are just some of them. And then when you want to run the model, you start your run model. You start to run the model, you choose your imagery and set up some parameters, and then you're ready to go. Now, for the purposes of this demo, I had already run a few models because I wanted to show you what some of the output would look like. And you see here that it is run through this image, and you can see all the different types of safety vests, hard hats, and other kinds of PPE that it is detecting. I would love to open it up now before I show you my last slide, for any questions you might have. And you can just use the chat box, is great. And also, let me just show you, share screens. What I wanted to show you was if you have any questions, our sales engineer, Jay Kwan, would be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Jay, maybe you can type in your email address into the chat box, and that might help too. But please feel free to enter or ask any questions you might have about AI or the bricks AI models. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, thank you. Let's see. How could bricks prevented the gentleman from falling down the shaft? Thank you, Hawatha, for that question. So the reason the gentleman fell down the shaft was because he wasn't wearing fall harness. So our PPE detection model would have been used by the safety manager to detect whether or not those kind of safety harnesses were being used on a regular basis. And if not, then the safety manager could use the results of our model to help optimize their training to come in the next Monday and say, hey, look, I found that we're not always using our harnesses correctly. Here's an example of how we can do this better. Thank you for that question. Any other questions? I think you can put them in the Q&A or the chat, but either way, we'd love to hear from you. And I'm going to get another throat lozenge. All right. Well, does the model detect life-threatening situations and send immediate alerts? Thanks for that question. Very, very interesting question. Currently, no. However, that is on our roadmap for creating exactly that kind of scenario in which PPE non-compliance or, for example, unsafe usage in ladders are detected in real time and then sends out alerts to the safety manager about some issues that have been detected. And if that is something that interests you, I would love to talk more to you about becoming an early adopter for that AI model. So thank you for that. Thanks, Liza. All right. Well, we're at the end of our time here. I have certainly enjoyed talking to you guys today, and I hope that everyone has a great and healthy rest of their January. Thanks so much. Bye.